What a great turnout of folks to this press conference. We appreciate it. Just one more time, we're conservatives. We know how to support conservative-owned businesses. So stick around, have some delicious food from Tommy's Hen House. We wanted to do this today to set the record straight. There have been some hurt feelings and misunderstandings this week, and those of us that are the leaders of the freedom movement, we've taken a beating. I just want to set the record straight that the freedom movement is made up of many individuals that share a common goal. That goal can be described as returning to the vision of our founding fathers.
Amen.
The Declaration of Independence states in part that when in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another. It further states that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. They are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments were instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the government. Over the last few weeks, there's been much controversy between the freedom movement and the GOP. This division did not start with the Upcountry Coalition of Conservative Organizations. It started with an invitation that was extended to the coalition by the GOP. After much thought, consideration, and discussion, the offer was rejected. We told them that we wanted to remain independent. The GOP went forward with the idea of a Tea Party Republican organization. At that point in time, we felt that we needed to defend the Tea Party label. When we announced that we were going to hold a protest directed towards the GOP, we eventually came to a conclusion that there were some ideas that we could offer mutual support. Those ideas of mutual support were unveiled at a joint press conference this past Monday, February the 8th. In the course of that press conference, the following items were discussed. The GOP would not implement a Tea Party Republican organization. The coalition would remain independent of any political party and would support the candidates that best reflect our principles regardless of political party. The Tea Party organizations would become involved in the GOP during precinct reorganization. And the GOP would create a liaison that would facilitate communication between the GOP and the Tea Party organizations. During the national press conference by GOP State Chairwoman, the impression of a partnership evolved by those that observed. Although the chairman described the agreement made between the Tea Party and the GOP, most listeners walked away with an inaccurate impression. The leaders of the coalition immediately began receiving calls and emails questioning our integrity and our agreement with the GOP. These calls continued throughout the evening and all yesterday. The coalition remains determined to be independent and not committed to any political party. Enough time has been spent defending the Tea Party organizations. We will continue to observe the Republican Party, and we pray that their actions match up with their commitments, what they've said. Well, now it's time for us as the Tea Party movement to get back to doing what we've been doing all along, and that is to fight to save our nation, our state, our counties. Thank you. We will harbor no ill feelings toward our our chairwoman, or the GOP. We will maintain our course. We will continue to fight for independence. And one other thing. If our founding fathers realized that there comes a time that we have to separate political bands, it's important that we show the same determination for our Constitution, the document that assures us of liberty, of freedom. Because government was not created to give us our liberty, our freedom. Government was created to protect that freedom. Speaking in a very broad sense, government has failed us.
That's right.
The Democrat Party has failed us. The Republican Party has failed us.
That's right.
Our challenge as we're here today, and I hope and I pray that this is the last time that we will need to do a press conference over this issue. But our challenge here today is getting folks to turn out at the primaries to defeat the rhinos in the polling that I love. I've had just about as many calls asking me why I hate the Republican Party as I have why I sold out the Tea Party movement. I'm a father. And the Bible tells me that if I love my children, I'll discipline them. I care about the GOP. When I look at the party platform, it says everything that I believe in. But it's time that every one of the citizens in South Carolina and across the country to stand up and do some disciplining of the GOP. Let's clean out the line. Folks, that's it. Thank you very much. I'm going to turn it over to Dr.